Hello students, yes, we are going to discuss with the lesson name acid, bases and salts. In this acid, bases and salt, first we are going to discuss about the acid. We already discussed about what are acids, what are strong acids, weak acids, and also we are start discussing with the properties of the acid. Right? In the properties of the acid, the first important property is acid as soaring taste. This is the first property. What is the first property? Acid as soaring taste. Second property, acid turns the blue litmus paper to red. This is the second property. Acid is soaring taste. Acid turns the blue litmus to the red. Then acid, if the acid reacts with the metal, it forms the salt and hydrogen gas is liberated. And again, if that acid reacted with the metal carbonate, it forms the salt and carbon dioxide and water is liberated. These are the important property we already discussed it in the previous classes. Now we are going to discuss with the next further properties of the acids. Okay, now we are going to continue with the properties of the acids. In that, the first property what we are going to discuss is when an acid reacts with the base, it forms salt and water. This is the next important properties of the acid. What is the next important properties of the acid? Whenever the acid reacts with the base, it forms salt and water. This type of reaction we call it as a neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction? What is neutralization reaction means whenever the acid reacts with the base, it forms salt and water. This type of the reaction we call it as a neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction? They may ask in your examination, what is neutralization reaction? With an example. Okay, the question understood? What is neutralization reaction? Explain with an example. First of all, what is neutralization reaction? The reaction in which acid reacts with the base to form the salt and water. That is neutralization reaction. After, if you see the general reaction for this neutralization reaction is when acid plus base give rise to salt and water. This is the general reaction for the neutralization. What is the general reaction for the neutralization? When salt, that is acid plus base, react each other to form salt and water. This is the best example, general example for the neutralization reaction. After that, if you want to see the specific example, when acid, HCl, hydrochloric acid, HCl is an hydrochloric acid. When that hydrochloric acid, if it is reacted with the base are also called as an alkaline. Okay. When that acid, hydrochloric acid, if it is reacted with the base, that is sodium hydroxide, it combine each other to form sodium chloride. Na goes and react with the Cl, H and goes react with the OH to form water. Therefore, you get the product as NaCl plus water. What is NaCl? Sodium chloride, that is your common salt. Okay, when HCl reacts with sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, it forms sodium chloride as well as water is formed. Hydrochloric acid is an acid, sodium hydroxide is a base, acid base react each other to form NaCl. NaCl is a salt plus H2O, that is water. This type of the reaction we call it as an neutralization reaction. You can give so many examples for this neutralization reaction. How? Take an example for sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is also an acid, H2SO4. Is that H2SO4 if it is reacted with the same base, NaOH? What is formed? Sodium sulfate, Na2SO4 plus water is formed. When the another acid, I am giving the another example for this neutralization reaction. When the another acid, that is sulfuric acid, H2SO4, if that sulfuric acid, if it is reacted with the base NaOH, it forms sodium sulfate, Na2SO4 plus water is removed. This is also the one of the example for the neutralization reaction. Any example, not only this base only. You can take KOH, potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is also a base. If that HCl, if it is reacted with the KOH, that is potassium hydroxide, it forms potassium chloride plus water is removed. These are the other example for the neutralization reaction. If you see this neutralization reaction, it takes place in our daily life also. Can you give some example for the neutralization reaction that takes place in our daily life? Yes. The first example what we are given to for this neutralization reaction is, you know that in the stomach the hydrochloric acid is present, right? In the stomach which acid is present for the digestion? In the stomach hydrochloric acid is present for the digestion. Okay. If the increasing in the level of the hydrochloric acid in the stomach, what happens? You get acidity, right? When you get the acidity, then what you are going to take? You are going to take some of the bases, like you are going to take some of the tablets of the antacids, right? You are going to take some of the tablets of the antacids, or you are going to take ENO, or in your home they are going to tell that to take some of the soda. What are all this? That antacids, ENO and the soda. What are all this? If you see what are all this means, they are the bases. Okay, when the hydrochloric acid level is increased in your stomach, then you will get the irritation, stomach burn, pain in the stomach, everything will come. After that, what we are going to do? We are going to take some of the antacids, ENO or like that. After taking that antacids or the ENO, first of all, what are antacids means? The substance which are going to reduce the acid. What are antacids? The substance which are going to reduce the acid. That type of the substance we called as an antacid. Understood? Okay. After taking the antacids, ENO or soda, what happens in our stomach means HCl is in increased level in the stomach. When you are going to take this bases, what happens? The acid plus base is react each other to form the neutralization reaction. After the neutralization reaction takes place, then only your stomach pain or stomach burning is reduced. Therefore, this is the best example for the neutralization reaction in your daily life. And also the one of the example you can give, you are going to use the toothpaste, right? If you see in our mouth, the acidic condition, the saliva, okay, the saliva, what the saliva that present there, it is in the acidic condition. If you are going to use the toothpaste, what happens? The toothpaste is the base. If the toothpaste is used to control the saliva, that's why we are going to brush daily to keep our mouth in the neutral condition. This is also the one of the best example for the neutralization reaction. Understood? First neutralization reaction, the reaction in which acids react with the base to form salt and water. This is also the one of the important property of the acid. After discussing with this neutralization property, now we are going to discuss with the acid reacts with the metal oxides to form salt and water. This is the next important property of the acid. What is the next important property of the acid? When metal oxide, if it is reacted with the acid, it forms salt and water. Metal oxide means metal with oxygen. What are metal oxides? Metal with oxygen, that we call as an metal oxide. The general reaction when metal oxide, if it is reacted with any of the acids, okay, metal oxide, if it is reacted with any of the acids, it forms salt and water. When metal oxides, if it is reacted with any of the acids, it forms salt as well as the water. Best example for the metal oxide, copper oxide, iron oxide, aluminum oxide, any of the oxides you can take. Any of the one oxide you can take. I taken as in copper oxide. Okay, that copper oxide, if it is reacted with the hydrochloric acid, it forms copper chloride plus water is removed. Copper chloride is a salt. Okay, when any of the metal oxide, if it is reacted with the acid, it forms the salt. Therefore, copper chloride is a salt. Copper chloride plus water. Any other example for this one? Same, when the metal oxide, if you take the magnesium oxide, okay, MgO, that is also the one of the metal oxide. Okay, magnesium oxide is also the one of the metal oxide. When that magnesium oxide, if it is reacted with sulfuric acid is an acid. Magnesium oxide is a metal oxide. When that metal oxide, that magnesium oxide, if it is reacted with the sulfuric acid, it forms magnesium sulfate as well as the water. Can you write the reaction for this one? Just try the reaction. Magnesium oxide plus sulfuric acid give rise to magnesium sulfate as well as the water. And another one example, just try it. When aluminum oxide, okay, Al2O3. Al2O3 is the example for the metal oxide. That Al2O3, if it is reacted with the HCl, that is an acid. When aluminum oxide, if it is reacted with the HCl, what may be the product it will come? It forms aluminum chloride as well as the water. Understood? Try this reaction also. You want to write these two reactions and you want to tell now. One is one magnesium oxide. If it is reacted with the sulfuric acid, it forms magnesium sulfate as well as the water. This is the first reaction you want to write. Second reaction, aluminum oxide, if it is reacted with the HCl, it forms aluminum chloride as well as the water. These are the best examples for the reaction of metal oxide with an acid to form salt and water. This is the another one important properties of the acid. Okay, this is the next important property of the acid. After that, now we are going to discuss with the last property of the acid. What is the last property of the acid? When acids have the corrosive nature. What is the meaning of corrosive? Acids have corrosive nature. What is the meaning that acids have the corrosive nature? If you see any of the acid is pour on our skin or it's pour on our cloth, what happens? The burning of the skin, the burning of the cloth takes place, right? Why it takes place? If you see some of the acid attacks, if you see the acid attacks are the, suddenly if the acid are just pour into our skin, what happens means the burning, the whole skin is burning. Okay, the whole skin is get burning. That's why we tell that acids are corrosive in nature. Corrosive means it is very strong. It is very dangerous. Corrosive is nothing but dangerous. Corrosive in nature. These are the some of the important properties of the acids. What are the important properties we discussed? Acid as sour in taste. Acid converts the blue litmus paper to the red. Acid reacts with the metal to form salt and hydrogen gas is revolved. And the next, when the metal or when metal carbonates, if it is reacted with the acid, it forms salt and carbon dioxide is evolved. Then we discussed with when acid reacts with the base, it forms salt and water. After that we discussed when metal oxide reacts with the acid, it forms salt and water. And the last we discussed that acids have the corrosive nature. These are some of the important properties of the acids. These are some of the important properties of the acids. After that we are going to discuss about what do all acids have in common. If you see so many acids, that is hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid, everything. If you see that all the acids, what is common in that all the acids? What is the formula of hydrochloric acid? HCl. What is the formula of sulfuric acid? H2SO4. What is the formula of nitric acid? HNO3. And what is the formula of acetic acid? CH3COOH. Okay, if you see, you know now all the formulas of the acids. When all the acids are under decomposition, if all the acids are going to break, what it is formed? If you see the HCl is break down into H plus and Cl minus. Sulfuric acid is break down into H plus and HSO4 minus. HNO3 break down into H plus and NO3 minus. Acetic acid is break down into CH3COO minus plus H plus. After seeing the breakdown of the acid, what you are going to tell? What is common in the acid? What is common in the acid? Yes, H plus, hydronium ion H plus is common in the acid. If you see that all the acids having the common H plus ions, if it is in HCl, sulfuric acid, nitric acid or acetic acid, what are the common things that present in all the acid means that is H plus ions. Okay. After knowing what are the things that common in the H plus ions, one important thing you want to know about what are strong acids and what are weak acids. What are strong acids means if the acid under ionization, that means breaking. Okay. If the acid under ionization, if it is completely ionizes, okay, it completely ionizes to form the H plus ions more. When acids or ionization, when acids in the ionization, it completely ionizes to form more H plus ions. That type of the acids are known as strong acids. And the acid completely ionizes. When the acid completely ionizes to form the H plus ions, that type of the acids we known as the strong acids. And also you know that all the mineral acids are strong acids. Example HCl, HNO3, H2SO4. These all are the example for the strong acids. Therefore, what are weak acids? The acids which are partially ionizes. It is not completely breakdown. It is partially breakdown. When the acids are partially breakdown, then that type of the acid we call it as an weak acid. Example, natural acids like acetic acid, lactic acid, like that. Natural acids are the example for the weak acid. After that, we are going to discuss about acid do not show the acidic behavior in the absence of water. What is the next we are going to discuss? We want to discuss that acids do not show acidic behavior in the absence of water. For explaining this character, we are going to take some of the activity. Okay, in that activity, we are going to take first, in one test tube, we are going to take the HCl gas, that is hydrogen chloride gas. Okay, what we are going to do in that activity? In that activity, first we are going to take hydrochloric acid gas, and we are going to put the blue litmus paper to the gas. What is the main character of the acid? Acid converts the blue litmus paper to red. Right, this is the first property we discussed. But here, when you are going to, you know that the hydrochloric acid is an gas, hydrochloric acid is an acid. But if that gas, if you are going to put that blue litmus paper, the blue litmus paper doesn't changes to the red. The characteristic of the acid is the blue litmus paper should turn to the red, but here it is not turned. After that, when you are going to add some of the water to that hydrochloric acid, then if you are going to expose that blue litmus paper to that solution, then that turns the blue litmus paper to the red. With the absence of the water, it doesn't turn the blue litmus paper to the red. But with the presence of the water, it turns the blue litmus paper to the red. This indicates that with the presence of the water only, the acid shows its behavior. That is, acid do not show acidic behavior in the absence of water. But in the presence of water, it shows its acidic behavior. These are some of the characteristics that we want to know about the acids. After discussing this so many properties, now we are going to discuss with the uses of acids, where we are going to use the acids. Okay, now we are going to discuss some of the uses of the mineral acids. The first use is the sulfuric acid is used in the manufacture of the fertilizers, paints, dyes, chemicals, plastics, synthetic fibers, detergents, explosives and car batteries. Where we are going to use the sulfuric acid, one more time I just read it. Where we are going to use the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is used in the manufacture of the fertilizers, paints, dyes, chemicals, plastics, synthetic fibers, detergents, explosives and car batteries. This is the uses of the sulfuric acid. After that, the nitric acid, where we are going to use the next type of the acid, that is nitric acid. Nitric acid is used for making the fertilizers like ammonium nitrate. It is used in explosives like TNT, dyes and plastics. Where we are going to use the nitric acid? Nitric acid is used for making the fertilizers, explosives and dyes and plastics. After discussing with the nitric acid, now we are going to discuss with the hydrochloric acid. Where we are going to use the hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is used for removing the film from steel objects and for removing the scale deposited from inside the boiler. It also used in the dye stuff, textiles and leather industries. What are the uses of hydrochloric acid? Hydrochloric acids are used for removing the oxide film from the steel object and for removing the scale deposited from inside the boiler. It is also used in the dye, stuff, textiles and the leather industries. These are some of the important uses of the particular acid. This all the concepts complete the acid. After the completion of the acid, what we are going to discuss now? We are going to discuss with the bases. Therefore, in the next class, we are going to discuss with the definition for the bases, strong base, weak base, some of the properties and with the uses. These all are the concepts what we are going to discuss in the next class. I hope that you understand every reaction that what we conducted in this class. And thank you students and everyone. Bye.